Yes. So hello everyone. Hello Reinhard, Tatiana, Peg, Chris, Christy, and Lydia. We are here in the light languages groups that we run every Wednesday. I usually run these groups with Deb Purcell, but she's on holidays at this time, so I took over. And what we usually do is to share some light languages. This is for the people who watch us in YouTube. I know that all of you know what we do here because we are regulars here. So what we do is we share intentions one by one, and then we all, those who speak light languages, we speak light languages with that intention that is shared. And then we take it from there. So let's start with some breathing, deep breathings, and then we proceed. Deep breathe in. A deep breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. What ash oa iat an oakis int us it ak antaitak otais it untaika isuk untaita umtaishak untaisho akash untaita kantos intai atais akanto nataisho ataitai. Sign languages to be receptive and at the same time to unite our love during this space that we have created here, to send love to planet Earth and to humanity and to help with ascension. Iat us it ak atash anto itist int aina ust ash atos aina. An as antush it o tunt akas antaika is akos ata is isik ais aton antai is unto o akas unko akas untaika atos iti int aikas on ais ak ayan itaka anto intis in ais at ok antais akantuint it intak atos oantain. Anybody who would like to do like a blessing is welcome to do a blessing in light languages if you feel like it.
Sure, I'll do one. Mimini
And then Chris.
ale bamane kene. Mimini ele bibane kene ale mimini ki. Kene mimini ikine bamane. Kele bimana anakakene mimini. Momene ale babale kene. Mimini ele bibane ki. Namini ke. Namaste.
Thank you, Beck. Namaste. When you like, Chris, in your own time.
Finally,
Chris is gonna do another blessing.
Ja, kukuakata. Kutua, ita chikutua, ita kata chikakati yakata uata ya. Ita chiaka, usku, aka, utuchuku, apatisku yaka. Ita kutisku, utuchuku, aka. Ita ku, atitisku, aka, tutushikaka, utuchuku, kukua. Yata ua, yata uti okuti kuchuka akaya, okuti kuchuka akaya, kuchuka uko, yata ya kuti akatachiko yakaya, yata yaka utuchuka yako, yaki utuchuka akai, yata utuchuka gua kuya gua.
Thank you, Chris. Would you say that is from the Sesani? That light languages? Or do you know where it comes from?
Well, Shabin is Asasani. He is a being that's with me, and he's a being I channel. Kin is in a 9th dimension, but he can drop down to a 5th dimension as well, 4th, 5th dimension, which is Asasani. So I'd say there's a variety and mixture there, Ismael.
I had that feeling, but I obviously wanted to ask if you have this sort of certainty inside. It's nice, very nice and powerful. Thank you. And Reinhard, would you like to do another one? How do you feel?
Yeah, I can do it. Is
If you want to, only
that
if you want.
yes, it is that just I am, you know. Aikalaka matiaka narata, yokialaka tiakanikiu tukanaka, lalakiatanaka titikolaka makiaito kunikuto, lalakaitanaka, daike kiokanaka di kaleka mataiko nakotiko, alakatiko. My intention was healing and be by oneself. So this is my set of mind at the time.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And Tatiana and Lydia, they are in the process of getting them activated. So we can do that today also. We can do your intentions and also the activation afterwards, all together. If you give me a hand here, Reinhard, Chris, and Peck.
I didn't understand just.
oh,
You're
did I have
muted.
it in?
I just want to say something to Tatiana. I have a hybrid child and her name is Tatiana.
Ah.
And she's Octarian. Okay.
We cannot hear you, Tatiana. You're muted.
Sorry. I said that's very interesting. It's really funny.
It's a nice name. Just, you know, it's a nice name. So it's okay.
Thank you.
Now we know that in Arturus they have that name as well.
Yeah, I never heard that before, so that's new for me.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I would love so much to know so many things from other beings, like names.
Yeah.
Every time I do a hypnosis session, I proceed with the question that the client has, but I feel like, oh my God, this guy is Arturian, this entity I'm talking to is Arturian, and I feel like I wanted to ask like 50 questions, but obviously I have to come back to reality and say, this is a session, I need to proceed with the session and with the client. Client, I don't like to call people client, the people who receive the session. And yes, but if I could, I will spend hours and hours talking to them Some people that I do the sessions to, they don't mind, and they tell me, Ismael, if you want to ask questions to any entity that come through, ask questions. I mean, and lately I'm having people who are volunteers, and I can sort of share the information in YouTube to the world, and that is amazing, because in these sessions I can ask questions about humanity. In one of the last videos I uploaded, we talk about the state of ascension where we are. We talk about the influence that Donald Trump is having with aliens, stuff like that, that it comes like curiosity to yourself, but you know that people also would like to know more things, because sometimes we feel like a lot of information is sort of covered up, and then I like these sessions to bring information forward for humanity. I love it. It feels so good to do that. So yeah, names. I love when they say names like that, like Tatiana or Ritol or Ridolf. They have very interesting name that I find fascinating when they start talking. Another amazing thing is that when they are talking to you, the whole room fill up of energy from that entity. It's like incredible. And so everything gets into you so powerfully. And when the session finishes, you feel like you missed the entity already because you were feeling so loved and so in such a high vibration that you say, oh my God, I wish I could spend 24 hours more talking to him or to her. Yes, and when they bring the elementals, like people who decided to be a tree in this lifetime, these things are fascinating also. When you ask the person, how do you feel being a tree? And they bring information which is so beautiful and amazing. So as soon as I have another tree in my sessions, from a volunteer, I will share it with all of you there in YouTube, definitely, because it's amazing what is. Sometimes I feel in the next lifetime I want to be a tree, not in the Amazon, because they will cut me, but I will be somewhere else where they leave me in peace to live hundred of years. But it's a state of connection with the universe that is amazing in the way they tell me. So yeah, let's start with the intentions. You are the first one in the screen, Reinhard, if you would like to start setting an intention so we can all.
Yeah.
She's Pleiadian. Tatiana is Pleiadian.
I think my intention would be that everybody gets what he is feeling he should get, which is very much important for the person. And this is something we can do this when I start speaking, that the ones who can also speak light language, and then you jump in. So the intention is to get everyone to what he thinks he needs, which is most important, love, job, or whatever. And I start now. Ayakali kia laka mata, nialakia tanaka itulaka maketi anaka, adakia laka mata, kitanaki, alikanaka, haikutunaka, kitalaka matai, alakatita, alakaita, adakio tokunokoto, ayaka, ayakanalaka mata, niakadaka, Nalalakai
I is
ki
it
kamataki
I
kuno
as
Maya kana
atom atam tush
Lalakati
is
ko
in
Manaki kana
diata
kama kito ko
o dice
Aya kana
tush
ka Aya kana ka
dicantus
Lalakai ka
dakai is
kuto ko
itin
Mahi hana
dieta
kuto ko Lalika
antas
kanauto
antus in
Mahi ha
tush
kana tayo
dash
Matito
I is it us it ac untas ist ac untac int ac untas an ach untis int I int ac untus ins und int untac untaka is antus int ankus.
Thank you, Ismael. The head
Thank you,
chakra felt the
Reinhard.
energy. Thank you.
Thank you. I felt it too. It's so powerful when we talk together, my God.
Good.
Phew. I'm speechless, but it's you next, Tatiana. I have an overdose of energy now.
Please can have like a blessings for me that the right job find me soon. That's what I've been told, not to look for a job and wait for a job to find me. I don't know whatever that means. So I don't know what kind of job, what it will be, how is it going to find me. I just have to trust and just
Exactly.
let go and just believe it will find me soon.
Let's set the intention to that, and we can add also the intention to break through the programming, to break through the fear and the panic and the programming that we have to we have to be always doing something about something. And yes, remove that fear to allow possibilities to come, and the job in this case to find you, the job and everything, love and everything, life,
yes please,
everything.
and so I can improve my health as well, because I got some health issues. So please, thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for sharing. I is ia ka atosh it I an I kiot I to on
Ikida kidukai
ia an I sita ya ka o na o atai taiko antia tos anaito o an ai tai tas ayanai ei anai si ako antai son teia o nai si tai ka tu ai ta tus ai ka antai so kon tai to ko tos ai ka na ya ta ai anai si ano ai ako na ya ko si o nai ka shaka ta tos atos te o tai tos i aton ai kas anton tais as akas os i atana o nais i as ai anaito an os it ak antas at utus I utu an e anai atun tais akonaya tas on tato tas is it un taisi kata Ashanu is Isaac on Taitosana. On ish un ekoi kishiko diatokoata. Akashaton taisha takato yanaka. Ataish ianaeton naitus inne. Naish atantu hiteshi. Ato naihi shakatu shiataya. Anashaya. O hataishuku tointia tonaya taishu. Ahatashuko naishi tushi atakaita. O naisha kaishuku naisha. Ataiso ayato yanato shaya. Aishiako ataishiako nishikiata. Atatos I. Aishaka estai anayatayato. Aishianatayata. Anashai ataishiatakayata.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of love and blessings to all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tatiana, in the video that I uploaded in YouTube that says part 2, there is a section where the person who volunteered, the ETs that they were talking through, this gentleman, they mentioned how to connect with the feeling from the heart, from feeling things from the heart, to feel things more from the heart. There is a section about that whilst I was doing the transmission, I was feeling that message, like she needs to let her heart flow and start flow more. And I knew that if I told you that, you were gonna ask me, how do I do that? Okay, it's in the video. It's in the video, and it's so beautifully answered. So beautiful answer, and that is why it's there. In these videos, I don't put the information which sounds like we all know and all of that. I only put I edit the videos and I put the information that is very good for all of us to pay attention to and to change, because sometimes we think that it's something that needs to happen outside, but it's actually something that needs to change inside, paying attention to things that you like cooking or whatever you like cycling, doing more things, and that takes you to a state of excitement and happiness that takes you to a next state of happiness and excitement. And so it goes on like that, like a change. And when you less expect it, you are already surfing the love waves again. But yes, the answer given there is I loved it. And I am applying since I had that session. I'm applying that to my life.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I will watch it definitely and start doing that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, lovely. And now it's you, Lydia.
Yeah, I was thinking about few choices, but I'm still getting in my head. I had a little bit problem last few months because I was moving to another place, and I was just thinking I can handle by myself, but it's not easy at the moment with my financial situation because I can pay for my rent and the bills. I have to cut foods and gas, but I still can find a job after my surgery. I have back surgery and it's very difficult to explain. And I have metal in my back and I can do some jobs, but they don't care. They just, okay, then we can't hire him. So I'm just short a little bit of the money, and I used a little bit more because I just starting be a little bit depressed because I can't take classes or I want to try this quantum healing therapy. What you doing? I was interested in this in Dolores Cannon doing this, but without finances, it's just
Yes.
not really going anywhere. So maybe some support, some healing.
Yes, and also support in giving us clarity to pay attention also to the things that we need to pay attention to. That most of the times they are so simple, the things that we need to pay attention to, that we miss them. We just don't see them. And they are. It's like when your mother used to, or my mother used to tell me, Ismael, bring the milk from the fridge. And I was going there. I was opening the fridge, and I was looking everywhere, and I couldn't see the milk.
Exactly.
And I was coming back, and I was saying, Mom, there is no milk in the fridge. And my mom was like, have you looked properly everywhere? And I was saying, yes, Mom. Why you are so stubborn with me? And say, go again. I was going again. I was looking, and there wasn't milk. There wasn't milk there. So I was coming back, and then my mom was like losing her nerves.
Yeah.
And then she was taking me from the hand. I was a boy.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, what is that? What is this? And she was taking the milk in front of and it was in front of my nose. I just couldn't see it for some reason.
I noticed,
I think this is an example of how often these things happen to us in our daily basis, that they are there. We need to pay attention to them, and that is the learning from that experience, but we don't see them. So sometimes we ask for abundance, like, oh God, give me abundance. And sometimes, and this is something I get also from the sessions, is like, it's not about just asking for abundance. It's about paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention, and that will take you to the abundance. So personally, I'm gonna set this intention also to that, to see these bottles of milk everywhere around you.
No, I am still grateful I can pay my rent and bills because I have my roof over my head. So this is very important for me. It's just I used to more money for something else, not only pay bills. So because I'm doing forgiveness lesson, I'm doing AXIM, Course in Miracles. I learned lots of stuff about releasing all these old guilt and all this stuff. But I think maybe I don't have enough patience anymore. I'm just going to be a little bit anxious. I was not. I was really good dealing with fears maybe a few months ago, but last few months I just can't take it anymore, and it's going to overwhelming me. Sometimes it's so not heavy, but I can get my mind all this stuff.
When we start panicking,
exactly.
We lose our power.
Yes.
Fear disempower us. Fear block us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it serves of any consolation, but most of the light workers I come across to meet, we are all in the same circumstances. So I don't know if it serves of any consolation, but when I see so many people, light workers, with like a collective, with a loving collective intention for the world, to improve this world, and I see that these people who contact me, they are telling me this same situation in their lives, that tells me also that this is definitely part of the process that we need to go through in order to be able to fulfill what is next, or to be able to face what is next. Because I don't believe anymore in coincidences. I don't believe that everybody who I meet, whether it's from my family or not from my family, and they are related to be with things that they are at service with, like light workers, being light workers. I don't believe that this is a coincidence, that all of us, we are going through this sort of test. It's like a test somehow. It's like a test. It's like a test to pay and to value what we have. For example, very recently, my electric bike just died. That was one of my incredible excitement. I was going everywhere with that bike because it was taking me like 205 kilometers distance, and I had two batteries, one in my rucksack and another one in the frame, so I could do like 400 kilometers in one go. And that was giving me a sense of freedom that it was incredible. When the bike died, and even less than in a year, thanks God it's under warranty. But at the time, I didn't know that was still under warranty. So I really fell down. I really felt like, oh my God, that wasn't the bike itself. It was what the bike was providing me to go to so many places in nature and to ground in nature. And then, as the week went by, I felt like, oh my God, I'm really, really realizing that I shouldn't focus myself in what I have lost, but in what I have. And that's what something so simple like that is what I started applying. It's like, okay, I would love to be in the Canary Islands maybe next week, but I'm starting to understand more and more, or to surrender, let's say, to the divine plan. When we think that everything depends on ourselves, we put too much responsibility in our shoulders, so much that we self-sabotage ourselves.
It's not working.
No, you end blocking yourself. You end cutting your wings. But when you really surrender that there is something else, and how can you prove that? Try to surrender every day. Try to surrender and say, okay, I embrace my reality, and from here I open the doors to abundance. But not more. It's like in that video that I mentioned to Tatiana, it also mentioned what we do in terms of blocking things from coming to ourselves. Because we ask and we pray for things from wanting, from a wanting feeling.
And
that wanting feeling cut the natural energy. Because if you really believe that everything is provided and that you are where you are for a reason and that you only need to value what you have around and everything else will come, it does come. Because since I did that, and I have been applying this 1 week, because it's when I had that session, and then I started applying what the session, what this entity from, I think, yes, it's from Venus, from the planet Venus. And it's a fifth dimensional being, but very evolved, like turning into the sixth dimension. We cannot see them. This client of this person who volunteered, he can see them. But because he's very, very evolved. So since I started applying that advice that he gave me, in 1 week, my situation have changed dramatically. And I'm sharing this because I've been there. The same thing that you've been telling me is the same thing that Tatiana say. We are there, and we just need to start paying attention more to the simple things and to value what we have. And then more things that they say in the video that I cannot right now remember. But when I go to the state of meditation, everything comes again. And yes, it's more like, it's more about that. It's about being more present with ourselves and saying, okay, yes, this situation from what I learned in the past is not the best situation, but what if I change my mind a little bit and I say that this is the situation that I might have be here experiencing at this moment. And when from that moment that you accept what is happening to you, energy starts flowing. It's like, okay, this is happening for a reason. I'm going to embrace it. And from there, it start like flow. But yes, let's do this like language and see
I agree.
if we empower these things. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Uitaisak atakatos iakatais I aitais unaitas I ato onaitais etakaitus ineta Ash aitus ieteketes ianakos tayata. Ash akatos etakaston takatos iti. Ato katash iteketako taitayasha. Ais itiatone atashikatash intaiko atashikatash diako taishiatasho katainiato inayatash onaya. Ishakos iteikatas ataintu etaiko naiti shukutu atakatapatasho atakashikitiki atokana kamanakasho kotokontia katakata ai haishi ato naikashi tekai tayaka antus itiki atokaitus inakaioto entiki atayana Akatash iatais iatona atashi akash otakamach itat anchukna ashait aishakai shai aishuna iatam naish nakaishin naika o nais aish aitaikon atachishi tiakaton Hatash iatak takash atakashika atanatasha atush iatakai takashapa. The job that you are meant to do is gonna find you the same way that they say to Tatiana, or Lucifer say to Tatiana. That's
Thank you. Thank you very much.
the feeling. And don't despair. Don't despair. Don't follow into despair. And if you follow into despair,
No, it's not helping.
Take it as a sign that you should come out from that despair.
Yeah.
How? Just going to the park or going to the nature. You show beautiful photographs of
I am walking every day.
You are in nature, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are so beautiful. So
thank you.
That
it's healing. Like, it's healing energy, really.
Exactly, feel energy, because we don't gain anything from being trapped and from being stuck. We don't gain. The only thing that we gain is like a traffic sign telling you stop and go go to the light. Stop and go to the light. Your mind might tell you, come on, don't go out there because you are wasting your time.
Yeah.
Well, don't listen to that. Listen to what you already know from nature. You really love nature. I can see that in every picture that I see from you. It's like you are enchanted when you are there. So be there. And from there, if you like to do prayers, if you like to do any energy work, do it from that state that you are connected there. So when you come back home, you don't feel like back to that state again. So that the sort of the personal work that we all need to do. And I need to do this like practically 4 hours every day, because otherwise I feel well. It is not like something that is scheduled, that it has to be 4 hours every day, but around that. Sometimes it's 3 hours, sometimes 6. It depends. I don't time myself in spiritual things. I just let myself feel how much I need to be there, or what they are telling me and all of that. But yes, as I say, as I was channeling this transmission, they say the same. That will come. That will come. But now is your personal time to work in these things. To work in these things. So it is important, as we mentioned before to Tatiana, it's important to take this not as a lack, but as an opportunity. It is an opportunity. And many times I say to myself, look how many things in this world there are. And I have food, I have a ceiling, I have wonderful people that I talk to. I have projects that comes in my mind every week, a new project, every week something else. Just keep going with that, because that is precious already. That is precious already. As we were talking before with Chris and Reinhard about my time when I was a dental hygienist. In that period of my life, if you really think with your brain, with the programming that my parents, because I come from a family of doctors and dentists, so they program my mind that you will be only happy if you have a job in dentistry, or a medical job, or something related like with law, or yes, like if I wanted to be, because this is what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a basketball player. And my father say, you have 2 options. You can be a basketball player and leave this house, or stay in this house and study the dental hygienist job role. And so I was, at that time, I was I was still so disturbed by my childhood and all the violence that I experienced there in the childhood. And so I didn't have that strength to say, okay, I'm leaving. And also I had all that programming from the family, but also from the society where I was living, because everybody thought that way with that programming. So I thought that I was the one who I was having illusions, or they were calling me, Ismael, you are a dreamer, but you are stupid for thinking in these utopic ideas of helping humanity, or being in connection with the collective and do something massive in your future. Everybody was telling me, you are a dreamer, you are a black sheep, and all of that. So it took me a long time to change that, and that long that I needed to wait 42 years, 42 years for me to realize that I was doing or living my life under a programming system.
Yeah.
And there, when I started listening that my body was breaking down because I couldn't take the tension from my patients in the dental clinic. I spent 5 years listening to the message, you need to focus in holistic medicine because this is what you are meant to do, and that's what you love doing. But because of my programming was so stuck there, so much place there, so solid there in my mind, I didn't listen to my body for 5 years. 5 entire years knowing that I needed to leave, but I was freaking out of leaving that job because I was attached to so many attachments. I had a very good salary, so that was keeping me attached in that mental programming that my parents and all my family and the culture in Spain, they were putting in my brain since I was a boy. So when I broke that, yes, I might not have the amount of money that I had before, but I have these simple things that I can value today. And these things are priceless, honestly. These things, when you start valuing simple things, like what you value when you are in these pictures in nature, that you are enchanted with everything you see, that is priceless. That is priceless, and we need to engage with that. We need to learn to engage with that. And I'm pretty sure that light workers, we are going through these things and these situations in this time, this present time, for us to connect more to our heart, to connect our life more to our heart. And again, how to do that is in that video. It's in that video very well explained. I don't want to use my words. Say again?
This is yours video, yeah? From last session. What did you...
No, it's in a video that I have in my YouTube channel that is about, it's called A Conversation with Two ETs from Our Solar System.
Okay.
And I believe that that topic is said in the second video, in the second part. I think there's gonna be 4 parts or 5 parts about that video. I find out as I am listening to it and taking away things that we all know, simple things. So I leave only the interesting things for all of the light workers to keep going, to don't feel trapped in the test.
I will watch it. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, it will come to you. It will come to you, love. And in a minute, we are going to do the light language activation for you and for Tatiana. I'll come back to you. And now it's you, Chris. Chris is frozen? Or you do the frozen statue very well?
He's sleeping.
Chris, don't tell me that you left your body. And you left us here. Okay, we will wait for him. Maybe he went to the loo or something, or maybe just the connection got stuck, because this happens a lot. So I'm going to set my intention. No, Chris, let's go for yours first, and then I will go for mine. Were you listening everything we were saying?
No, it was I was listening to everything, and then my sister called me from the US, and I just sent her a message here to say that I was busy, and in that second I got lost.
And your image was so frozen, like at some point I thought that you were making a joke or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to keep the focus on myself again today and my intention, and I'm going to surrender to myself.
Surrender to yourself. Very good.
I'm going to surrender to myself, and I'm going to call in the angelics, my star family, my hybrid children, and ask them to come to me. I am ready. That's my intention.
Very good, very good. And any sensation of fear aside, I surrender fully, like I'm in your hands. Source, I'm in your hand. This is what I did this week. I'm in your hand. Do whatever it is meant to happen. I want you to proceed.
Yeah.
But yes.
I was listening earlier on as you were speaking, and I wanted to pass a comment, but I said I'll wait till the timing is right. And what I want to say, on an emotional level, we've been to war with ourselves throughout our life.
To a very big one.
Yes, that's the reality. This incarnation has been really, really difficult, but it can stop, as you've just described. You can find, as Bashar says, this high excitement that's there for us in each breath. But
Exactly.
It's back to the individual, what intention they are setting. So it's about removing the old program and replacing it with the new program. So the software that we've been working on in this incarnation has been very, very dense and heavy emotionally, because we've been feeding in all the energy around us. As I continue to say, Sky News is on the hour, doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So once you become aware of that, you can do something about it. You can change the program. And you can remove this obstacle here called the brain and push it aside and come down to your true brain, which is your heart, and let that expand.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. And that's the way. That's the way, as you say and I say before, is by practicing sometimes simple things, very simple things. In my case, one of the examples is cooking. I love cooking because when I was a boy, I was helping my mother and I was helping my grandmother with the cooking. And now, as an adult, I start cooking and I connect with Source somehow. And that love also goes to my food. But how often in my life I have avoided that? How often? Many times, because I was looking for things outside and all the information outside, constantly outside. until I found that by practicing these simple things, I make myself happy. And your brain or your ego is going to tell you, come on, keep listening to this video, keep listening to watch this movie, or watch this, look for the answer outside. Well, sometimes they are not there. Sometimes it's about us practicing simple things, simple like that. And so easily we get lost. We get lost on that. We get lost on that Bashar say, which I learned also from him. I received that powerful information that was like, yes, always follow your excitement. Do everything that excites you in your life. And if you feel like stuck, okay, do that little effort. Now I don't have my electric bike to take me to the coast. Okay, but I'm going to take my pushing bike and I'm going to the forest nearby. And I'm going to accept that. Instead of, shit, my life had changed. Now I don't have this freedom, blah, 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 blah. And then we get in those patterns of like the Sky News that Christopher said.
Ismael.
Yes.
They have pulled the plug on your electric bike.
They have,
okay? They have pulled the plug because they want you fit and healthy, okay, for the position you're in as we speak. So they want you to expand and open your lungs up. Okay.
That makes perfect sense because it's so nice to have an electric bike that takes you to places.
Exactly. So
and
they
now
want you
I'm
to
doing,
cycle.
now
they
I'm
want you
doing
to
3
cycle to
times
the beach
exercise.
and cycle to the forest. Okay, that's the whole idea. As Shabin said to me recently, stay healthy. He said to me, like, you know, it's sort of like, there's this container down here on Earth that we're playing in on a daily basis is attracted to everything around us. Processed foods, TV, remote controls, everything. And we can
so many distractions, so many distractions.
But when you set the intention, as you said, to change the program, you have a different opinion and a different view of the outside world and also yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. I will go to Astral later on and I will find that entity who unplugged my e-bike. I'm going to have a serious conversation with it. No, just when I surrender this week, I felt that. I felt like, well, I'm starting to feel much better because I'm doing more exercise, and I've been always doing a lot of athletics and sports in the past, like basketball and things like that. And when I focus a lot into working a lot in the computer, because I spend so many hours in the computer, and then I finish that and I go to do meditation. And then if I spend time in the nature, it's 1 hour or 2 hours. So this situation somehow is changing this reality in order for me to spend more time out in nature and do more sport. Totally. I totally agree. Yes, please tell.
So the forest, the push bike, and the sea, and anything that you're attracted to that will take you into that high vibration will put you into a position to go back to the battlefield, which you do on a daily basis, because that is a battlefield out there. On an emotional level, you came in for a specific piece of work, and only the best were allowed to come back in at this time. And this piece of work that you're doing, you've done it in many, many lifetimes before. So this is all ground you're covering. This is nothing new to you. You're just starting to remember.
Yeah.
That's all. So now there's something opening up within, and you realize, oh, I want to change my job. Oh, I want to go on a cycle. I want to go to the forest. So all these ideas are there waiting to expand your consciousness, your awareness. And also you have your guides on your shoulder saying, Ismael, when you're ready, or wait.
Yes, totally, Chris. It resonates like an earthquake when it's shaking the soil in my heart. Yeah, it's totally that what is happening, and this is what I've been reading this week. It's like, yes, and this is for me a powerful confirmation that you come and tell me, like, yes, that is it. So just keep going and do what you do, and that's again the trust.
Ken said to me once, he said, stop whipping yourself. I said, what? He said, stop whipping yourself. I said, what do you mean? He says, you're walking this tight line, he says, regarding your spiritual awareness, because you're now realizing, oh, there's something here that I like, that I'm attracted to. Let it we call it the awakening or spirituality. What he says, you have to live your life on earth, okay? And we don't want to pull you completely from earth. Okay, we know you would like to come up, but we can't do that. Because if we take you up, we're going to have to bring you back. And if we bring you back, you're going to find a way out. Okay, so you have to accept and understand that at soul level, you decided to take the container and come back to earth. That was an agreement at a soul level. So you're now in the physical. So it can get quite messy down there, but your awareness and your support from us will allow you to transition to the other side a lot smoother. And also your awareness to the collective while you're here will raise their vibration, not just your own.
Yeah.
Very simple. Don't complicate it, Christy. I was complicating it. I was trying to get it right. I was trying to get it right. I was trying to get it right. No, slow down, slow down. You can only do so much.
And that expression, I was trying to get it right, where is sort of contradictory sometimes, because actually the right thing was just to surrender and live this life, let this life experience to enjoy yourself.
We don't realize that we're gods and goddesses. That's the bottom line. We're an aspect of source energy, and we've come back in for soul expansion only. We actually graduated by incarnating into this reality. We don't need the master's degree or the bachelor's degree. We graduated by coming in. But the system gets a hold of you and does a number on your emotional state and keeps you up here. We don't function from here down because we don't connect with the heart. We believe the heart just keeps us alive, but the heart is actually the brain. This is okay for thinking and making money, but it's a distraction. It's the program that I've just spoken about. So it's resonating what's going on here. This won't tell you any lies. This will tell you the truth about yourself and about how you view the outside world. So it's trying to accept that everything we've been taught in this reality, we have to delete from the SIM card and start from scratch. Now that can be difficult because a lot of the times we have detached from ourselves, from the heart, and we don't know who we are as a spiritual essence in a container. But now we've been given the opportunity because our friends are popping in to say hello. Our family's popping in to say hello. And we realize, oh, there's something wrong here. And a lot of the time, that's something wrong itself, because if we have a different opinion of ourselves and a different opinion of the outside world.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
And the difficulties where we find the difficulties to change from here to here is because we've been identifying ourselves all the time with here. And then if someone comes to you and tells you, start thinking from here, there is a fear inside that says, how am I gonna lose my identity if I've been always thinking with this? It's like the human experience, like a loss of identity, because we've been identifying ourselves with this way of living life. And then by practicing, that's why they say all the time, patience, and keep practicing meditation, keep listening to your guides, keep listening to nature, to the feelings from the heart, because you will realize at some point from practicing and practicing that this is gonna go to this level more than the brain. And when this is at this level, you are going to get more and more detached from the identity that you had for so many years in your life. Sometimes we need to be patient also by thinking that we've been many years in that process. How many years have we been thinking with our hearts? Not that many, not that many. And maybe we did actions in the past. For example, in my case, for the last 42 years, I did many actions with the heart, but I wasn't constantly connected to my heart the way that I am now. So the more I practice every day to be from and to do everything from my heart, the more I realize that all that I lived in the past was the way humanity have been living for centuries and centuries and centuries. And we are breaking that pattern. We are shifting and breaking that pattern that our parents have had and so many generations before. We are the shifters of this process. And so it might not happen in 1 week. It might not happen maybe in 6 months, but don't let that stop you from practicing, being patient, and continuing in your daily practice of love and meditation, love and thinking from your heart, like Christy say, not from the brain, everything from the heart. At some point, we are going to realize that you are all love, all love. And even when you go to the local shop, you will be love. When you go to the supermarket, you will act with love. When you go and you have a meeting like here, you become that love and you are love to them. And you surrender all those fears. You put them aside. You say, I don't care about you guys, not anymore, because I've been with you 42 years. And now I want to enjoy my life. And I deserve to enjoy this life. And I deserve to have this moment with people and to bring what is inside that has been there like a volcano wanted to come out. Now the volcano is erupting. And that lava is reaching people. And I'm so glad that this is happening because it's active. This volcano wasn't active or just momentaneously was active. So we might take time to get back to the full and complete eruption in our hearts. But let's be patient. Let's be patient because we all know that we are here doing something beautiful. And that's why we connect to these things. And that's why we receive messages. And that's why all of this is manifesting. We are just maybe in an initial state of remembering. Because as Christy said, we already know it. And we are already God and Goddess. But we need to practice to be a God and a Goddess here on earth and enjoy as well. So we can sort of put that intention for Christy, for surrendering to these beautiful feelings and to enjoy life, to love life and talk from the heart. Taikasun taishitik an
Reiki alaka.
taisha taishiak o ishitun taikai shakai shatun asaishi takatas o takatus itiakon tayakasho o aishai kashakatos itiatakaton taishikustutu kototo tabachika Takashaka takamana katusitikiato taniata atakashita takatata shonata ashata kona ishita kona ishataka ashaka kristaka ishik anaishaka aishona atushita kata humanity kata tu te shata O Aishaka Ahasha Taishi Atakaito Ataisha Akatos itatus atatiki titi ato titi atos titi atokatas titi ata Ash aiti to titi atos taisi tiki atos taisi tiki atos titi ata Ash aiti titi atos titi ata titi ato titi ata tia Astatis titi atos titi ato titi atatia Ataish iti ato titi ata titi ata Ataish iti ata tash atati titi ato titi ata tata. All this transmission, it felt like so many entities were smiling, like out of from happiness for everything that we've been saying, like a confirmation, like when you smile and someone is saying that something resonates. That has been the feeling all through the transmission. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. So, like it's like also like a hug, like saying, you are there, you are tapping to what you are meant to tap, and that's what you need to do. It is being said here in this meeting. So wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to set the intention. Whenever you want, Chris, you are very welcome to do whatever you feel. After the recording, whenever you want. Yeah, there is a lot of people panicking about the coronavirus. That is another distraction in the planet. So I would like to pray or set the intention for these people who are just about to get trapped in that fear, or they are already inside that fear, to help them see what it really is by themselves. To understand that is only another distraction from what we are meant to do, which is, once again, feel things from the heart and release all the fears, put all the fears aside. So this is my intention. Ahai hiarai kaitai harayaka Saisa tahai kai hatai sia kayana. Ahadahiako hakai akara haya korahoi hihiana kuhaya hakiaka. Akahiku hikia hakaku hikakakachikia kuakashaka. Ahaiku haikishikia ko haiku hoanaiku akai hiakai hiakasa. Ahaihi shuku huadi hiahaku hahahata haka shokotoaka. Akahachuku ataka hakotokoa. Ahatushi yarakahato anakahayaka. Atakahai shuku ahai hato ayakatu siaka. Ahaku hoto asaiku adaisi alakaisua. Ahataisia toko naisia toaya. Aihai shuku. Uataisi koantai. Atu saiti takai hatus ikato antaisi taya taiukoa. Ataisi tuanaiku onaikasa takamanata. Akashuto anaiki, akashika taso, atashu anaista. Atostaiki tu anaiki si atuha. Aishi ataika antaishika. Aku antaiti, shiki atonaiti siatu. Ahataishi ataita. Ahaisi atoshi atayakatusai. Ahatus ianataishiti akaita. Wow. I felt like how the light languages were releasing this fear from the planet. And because we are all connected, but personally, I'm very aware that I'm very connected to the collective, because when the fear is high in the planet Earth, I tend to also feel that, as well as love, I can sense the fear in planet Earth. And whilst I was doing this transmission, it felt like a relief of the fear, a relief as a collective in the whole planet of this fear, which very welcome, obviously, in my heart, because sometimes it's tough to be feeling what is there as well. It's like sometimes we think that is ourselves having that bad day, but sometimes you are only tapping to the collective and you're feeling like, like, oh my God. And the advice is always to raise your frequencies and to raise your vibrations with the things that excite you, that you like the most to do in your life, that they are exciting in your life. That is the most powerful. Well, so far for me, that is the most powerful thing. Proven. Chris, would you like to say that? To do whatever you felt to do, or you want to do it later, as you like, whenever you like.
Let me end the record, and I sense there's an energy around that wants to come through. So
beautiful, beautiful.
I'll end the record, and then I'll bring. I know who it is. It's Tatiana. No, it's not Tatiana. It's Kalula that wants to come through. So I'll bring Kalula through, and she's been here all along. I felt her energy at the start of the session, and so if that's okay with the group, I'll give a message when the recording has ended.
Is that okay with you, Reinhard? You're muted, love.
Yes, I'm okay. I wanted to give an information which I put on the whiteboard. This is what I recently listened to from Magenta Pixie about, you know, the viral stuff. So it is a very good explanation. And if someone likes to hear it and learn more about it, you can listen to it. Okay.
Thank you,
Reinhard.
Reinhard. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Thank you.
Good. That's it.
And you, Tatiana, are you happy with the channeling and everything?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. Why?
Yes,
Good.
please. Yep.
And you as well, Lydia, because I saw you doing this.
Yep. Yep.
Very good. Okay, Chris, whenever you feel like. He's frozen.
Okay.
Ah, no, you are not frozen. I say, oh my God, you really frozen the image just before channeling.
Do you mind, Ismael, if we end the recording while I do this channeling?
Okay, love, I will do that. Let's do the activation for Tatiana then, for Lydia, and then we finish the recording. Yes?
Okay.
Okay, let's start with Tatiana, because you are there only. That's the only reason. If you want to join me, like with the intention, Reinhard and Chris, to activate light languages in Tatiana, wonderful. If not, it's okay as well.
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, love. As in East eat in Akuashi daishi daish atayas atash unaita kash untaka as itos itik daitas itaka atash intiakatakis iata as atas unas aishia daisaya at un aish ita akas atais aita Tatiana hatais ita tus inaya ai tiki atotais iti tatos titi atotakia takashona etais iti ato kai tatos taitakato taisiti ato taikashakato naita Ashi Aishia Nai Kaishia O Haisha Takia Taisha Kanaya Utakashti Atokai Tai Atai Kashatonati Atakasho Takai Tai Kayato Shakaya Akashonaiti Atoshiti Kiato Atakaisti akota istaiti kota kishikiata atakisti tiki atota tiki titi atotai tiki titi atosti titi atotata titi 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 atota tia 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 tota titi 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 atia titi tia 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 tota tia titi tia tota tiki titi tiki tiki atota tiki 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 atota tia 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 Tai tiki tu tu asia ta 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 ita iti ti ato ta ti ta 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 ti a ta ti ta tos iti ti ta iti aga iti ti ta shi The experience I have with this activation was 3 entities. The first one, it started making me laugh, and when I start laughing, I lose concentration, and then I had to say, okay, shift to another one, and that's something that I also asked in one of my sessions recently, and they say the fact that your light languages get activated, it doesn't mean that you are not in a process also of expanding your light languages as well. So they told me you are expanding. I mean, the fact that you cannot control your laughter and you lose like concentration from laughter is because you need to practice, and you need to keep doing what you do. So from there, I passed to the other two, and one is one that comes through very often, that is Liran, and the third one was the priest. That is like, all of a sudden I feel like I'm in the middle of a cathedral doing like a like a chanting, like the I don't know, these monks. It's very funny. Everything that I have to keep the mind there, like stop interpreting or laughing about what you are doing. Stop laughing, and this is part of the process for everyone else. So at first I thought, okay, my light languages get activated, and that's it. I mean, they told me that I speak the light languages from 7 different realms. And they are coming through as I am ascending, as I am progressing in my awakening. But my human part needs to adapt to that. So it's not only the awakening, but also I thought in the beginning that that's it. I get the light languages activated and I will be able to speak them all very fluently. And so, well, it's a process also. It's a process where patience, the word patience in capital letters, comes again and say, okay, all right, patience as well, all right. Yes, Chris, you want to say something?
Sorry, Ismael. It's just being consciously aware that the ego will always create fear, okay? It's constantly working in the background. So it's trying to remove ourself from here, okay, the mind, and push yourself completely out there. And by setting the intention to speak light languages or to channel, you're really surrendering to yourself, and you're accepting your vulnerability in that moment.
And that's the feeling, vulnerability. You feel like naked when you do this.
Yes,
like
you're accepting your vulnerability, but the fear aspect is always lurking in the background, like, you know. And I'm saying this because there are issues that I went through, and sometimes I still do when I'm channeling. I need to push myself completely away, okay, because they're here and they're waiting. You know, they're like, we have an appointment, Chrissy, you know, can you get going with it? Like, you know, that sort of way. That's what they're saying at the moment, like, you know, that sort of way.
Yes.
And that goes for the rest of the group. So the ego mind will constantly generate fear. But once you become aware of that, you can not challenge it, you can embrace it.
Yes.
It's about having a relationship with the ego, okay? Sigmund Freud speaks about the ego and how the ego, you know, he talks about sexual orientation and everything else. But the bottom line is that you can develop a relationship with the ego where it will teach you a different program. And we touched on that in the session.
Yes, yes.
So he's constantly setting you up until you eventually realize, oh no, this has to stop. I need to go in a different direction. Because he's been playing with my mind for most of my life. And that's difficult to step away from because we're so conditioned by our own reality and the reality around us. Sometimes it's difficult to step away.
Yes.
Because I
It's
like
very
playing.
difficult.
I like playing down this reality. It's fun. You know, I like the excitement. But there's parts of me, as you said earlier on, needs to tap into that aspect of really the calling, the knowing within self, the wanting. There's something calling us there, but we're distracted by this.
Yes, totally.
No, but when you become aware of it, you can take yourself on this little journey that may take time. It's not going to happen overnight. But as you move forward, you integrate the energy and the vibration, not just from yourself, from the group and from the collective.
Yes, yes.
It's
Yes,
like when a dog is barking at you. When a dog is barking at you, when he begins to sense your energy, he settles down.
yes,
He
yes.
settles down. We act similar like that. When we go out
When you get irritated, if you get irritated, the dog keep barking. But if you
Yes.
settle down and you
Yes.
relax, the
Yes.
dog also
Yes.
comes down. Yes.
Yes.
It's
So,
that,
but it's being aware when the session is over and we're going back into the ATM machines, the monetary system, relationships, friendships, and anything else that comes with it. We're exposing ourselves and we become vulnerable then. Okay, but we can use our awareness in them moments to allow ourselves to say, no, I'm working on a different program today that allows me to understand their reality, and I give them the right to be wrong because they came in with free will, and I'll do my best not to judge them.
Exactly. Exactly. And in any case, I support them in whatever they need, but I don't argue with them in what they came to say, because most of the times people they want to be listened, and that's the best help that we can give them. And that's why it's so important to also to don't judge, because when we judge or we argue, we interrupt that person from expressing themselves. And it's very important. Yes, it is like that. And for me, it's like the way what I say inside me is, okay. I say, okay, keep laughing, keep laughing. Laughter is good. I say, you have been using this laughter to block me many times in my life, but now I transmute that, or I transform that into laughter. Is one of the best frequencies that we can experience. So why am I not going to laugh? Laugh. What happened is
laughter
that
is love.
Laughter is love. So maybe
it's the same energy.
Maybe next week I'm gonna be doing an activation to someone, and I'm gonna be laughing here like maybe for 5 minutes. So bear with me if that happens, because I'm gonna be in full vulnerability state, and I'm gonna be laughing until I finish that funny feeling, because it's that when they start, like when transmission like the blue avians or things like that, like this thing, that makes me laugh. All of a sudden, that frequency for some reason make me laugh a lot. So yes, it's so nice. What, Tatiana?
Yeah, can I say something?
Say something, of course.
Thank you very much for this activation. But I want to say what I feel when you were saying that. I never feel that before.
Okay. Thank you.
I was feel like I've been tickled by somebody by this sound, and I've been make laugh as well. And then you said they make you laugh, and I was like, that's exactly what I feel. I feel like somebody tickling me, but it's with a sound vibration. And I start laughing myself as well, and I was like, that's what's happening.
Maybe the message is actually that we should laugh more about ourselves and about the reality, and that's what they are maybe trying to provoke within you. But again, in essence, laughter is the most powerful thing that we can do for healing. Like 10 years ago, I started to see these groups or these webinars where they they call it laugh therapy. Because I was still very attached to my old mind. I was finding that like, what? It's like a webinar where people go like crazy to laugh, like from not. I was interpreting that like that wasn't natural, because I was understanding that the laughter should come from something spontaneous and natural. But then, as I was awakening, I was realizing that obviously it is. It doesn't matter what makes you laugh. It doesn't matter in what situation makes you laugh.
Perfect.
Just let it happen. It's perfect. Exactly. And that is me doing my own inner evolution in terms of allowing more and more light languages from this seventh realm to come through. It's part of putting the ego aside and my self-critic mind. Like, what? Like sometimes I hear this myself like, what are you saying now? What? And I start laughing, that inner voice. And what is this now? And now you are a monk? What the heck? You are a monk now? And this voice is there telling me that thing. And that takes me from, it tries to take me out from this intention that I'm trying to do with all my heart for Tatiana to get her light languages activated. So it's a process. It's a process. It's a beautiful process, very funny, and learning. If I may say, I'm learning every day to be more vulnerable, more and more vulnerable, and don't maybe, as Christy say, maybe just let this voice there keep talking and laughing or bluffing of what I do. Just I will accept it there like a joker there, and that's it. And I will keep doing what I feel in my heart to do. Simple. Keep it simple, humble. And all of this takes me to be more vulnerable. And the more vulnerable we allow ourselves to be, the more powerful we become. Yeah. That is proven. Exactly. When we've been programmed, that is the opposite. The more vulnerable, the weaker you are. I have my dad always there telling me, you are a weak person. You are a weak person. You are too emotional to be a man. You are not a man. Come on, start being a man. Because you are very weak. You are too vulnerable. You are just like your mother. You are just like your mother. Discriminating my mother in front of me. And I said, and then in 2012, I started realizing that is the other way around. Who was weak was himself, and who is becoming stronger. And I've been trying my best to be strong, has been myself, by following my feelings and my instincts. And yes, so now let's proceed with Lydia's activation. And then we will let Chris do, maybe I do a closing one, and then we do what we spoke about. Itaish itiak uaish itak atash itaka lidia ataish tus ititaitais ititi atante atas titiku titi atai titi ata atitau tu ititi atoka itasha kana iaka ka chuko atachi kia toko atiki tichiki atoko anatiti atatia Achukua tati tia tu natia nanaku chiki kia to chiki atiki piki chiki miniki tiki pitiki pitiki atike achuku titi tia tu tata disti tia kaine atiki atosh itia ko ata anachi atosh itia kontai takasun tu tushi anakaya naya oho ataishi anaya tashun tu ayaha Akashu toashi tigati antushi antai taishi ato kai taishi ataya ataishi aton taiatos ayana etaishi tiako naishi anoshi ata aishi atoshi o anaishi ato aikai shataka Atashi tiatun taishiti tiki atun taitashi tiaka ahatashiaka o un taishita taiki taish taisa ataish intuku taishika taishta tash untaka akash anto ataisho to ataisho ai ahai tiki atai ki ato eteishi atosha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, cool.
I hope that Tatiana is okay because I heard, oh my God.
Oh,
And then the activation went to intention to
my
hope
God.
that she's okay. And then I went back to the activation. And the last thing I did with the blowing is what the angels do very often in the healing interventions that I do,
Yeah.
which is blowing energy in your whole body.
I was feeling from my spine, and I feeling now hot, total hot around my spine and in my
your crown.
chakra, yeah, crown chakra. Total.
Up until your hips. It's up until your hips.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Very good.
thank you.
You're welcome, love. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing the feedback because it feels like a beautiful confirmation.
Confirmation, yeah.
So, are you okay, Tatiana? Well, I'll
Yeah.
ask you in a minute. Yes?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, good. Good. I'm going to do the closing light languages and then we can chat together. As I at os ut es itaka das atas intakas ut akas itaka as os asika ot akis tiki tuku ontis itiki untuto ontaishaka o otaishitaka tash untakaishitiki aka ontaish ut ot it Ash ayatai hait uit kai tais ut. Ahatos itak ant onai tas onai. Okay, thank you, Reinhard, Lydia, Chris, and Tatiana for coming this Wednesday. For those who watch these videos in YouTube, we do this activation, group activation, light language activations every Wednesday. We do two groups every Wednesday, one at 6 p.m., another one at 11 p.m. UK time zone. So, yes, thank you for coming. It has been wonderful to have you here. Thank you for creating this divine space with me. Thank you, Loveless.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.